Hey, you're listening to Against the Grain with me, Abby, aka the Liverpool Doula. I am a birth worker, women's advocate, placenta pill maker, organic skincare creator, and your no nonsense guide to doing life outside of the system. This podcast is for the awake, not woke, the ones who question everything, the ones who are ready to take radical responsibility for their health, their choices, and their freedom. We're diving into healing, wellness, natural living, self reliance, sovereignty, and all the stuff the mainstream wants you to ignore with a little bit of birth stuff sprinkled in, obviously, because that is my thing. I have already got some amazing guests lined up, and not to mention some juicy as fuck controversial topics. If you're done with the fear based bullshit and you're ready to reclaim your power, welcome home. Okay, let's get started. This is episode 1. I just want to say thank you so much for listening. This is a big deal to me. It really is. I just want to warn everyone as well. There is probably going to be swearing in this podcast. I feel like if you're new to me, the Liverpool doula, and you don't know who I am, you've not found me on Instagram, okay, there will be a bit of swearing. Anyone who does know me, you know this. I will not be toning myself down in this. I will not be making myself small. We are going to be talking about some hard hitting, controversial topics. Maybe not for little ears. If you have got any little ones around, maybe throw your wired headphones on because you know we're not about AirPods here. If you don't know why, go and look. If you are easily offended, maybe this podcast is not for you. But yeah, welcome. And I just want to say thank you, love you, thank you for listening. This is episode 1, and this is going to be like the start here, all about me. It's probably not going to be the most hard hitting, groundbreaking episode that I'm going to record. But it does matter because if you are here and you're going to be listening for the duration, which I hope you will, because there's going to be some amazing episodes on, and yeah, it's going to be unreal. You're probably going to need to know a little bit about who I am, what I do, why I do it, and why I care so much, and why I care so much about women, about children, about birth, about health, about freedom. This is a podcast for people who are awake, not woke. I do not subscribe to the woke agenda. If you do subscribe to the woke agenda, this is probably not going to be the place for you. It's not going to be your safe space because I do not subscribe to, how do I say this in a nice way? I was going to say lefty, but no, I won't. If you are with the woke brigade, you're probably going to be offended. So, and yeah, that's all I've got to say about that. Obviously, you're more than welcome if you want to stay and be educated. But if you are easily offended or you go with the mainstream, this may not be the space for you. And also, that's coming from a place of love. So, yeah. So, I just want to tell you, so I'm going to let you in on a little secret that people are probably going to be surprised to hear. I am not that confident. Like, this is very nerve wracking for me. This is the 4th time I've recorded this episode. Don't ask me why. I couldn't tell you why. It's like I'm nervous that you're going to find it bored. Are you supposed to say this when you're launching your first episode? But it's like because I've got no information for you, it's like I'm just telling you who I am. I don't know why, but this is the 4th time I've recorded it. Who knows? But yeah, I don't. People always say you're so confident. I'm not. I'm really not. I get quite insecure. I get very nervous. I suffer from perfectionism, which I don't know if anyone else feels exactly the same. The neurodivergent girlies out there, where you keep making something perfect and perfect and perfect, and as we know, perfection gets in the way of progress. So this is the 4th and final episode. I will be releasing this episode. I have no choice. It's getting released in a couple of days, and fuck it, like it's happening. So if you get the same thing, please let me know. That like perfectionism, but you know what the perfectionism really is? It's so you don't end up doing the thing you really want to do because it's going to save you from the heartache in case it's rejected or it doesn't work out. But you know what? Life's too short. This is going out. So yeah. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about me. I used to be the girl who used to take a lot of pharmaceuticals. I was on the pill. I was on antidepressants. I used to take loads of painkillers literally every day. My periods were awful. Mental health was on the floor. Anxiety. My body was out of control. I had IBS, full blown cystic acne, no energy. And now anyone who knows me knows it's a complete 360. I healed my IBS. My skin's very good. Thank you, honey and oat healing balm. Shameless plug there. I got off all the medications. I'm fully in control. And I believe that we can heal our own bodies. And I want everyone else to have that level of like discipline, power, knowledge to know that you can literally heal yourself. So who am I? Obviously, my name's Abby. I am a full-time dog mum to Boo from Liverpool. I am a pregnancy and birth doula. And what that means is, if anyone doesn't know what a doula is, it's basically like a non-medical support person who women hire privately because we are not funded by anyone. Women pay for us themselves out of their own pocket. And we are there as basically experts in support when women are pregnant, excuse me, and when they're giving birth. A lot of doulas do postnatal doula hours for some reason. That just didn't vibe with me. I don't know why. Postnatal doulaing, I would only really do for my birth clients. Postnatal doula is where you go and basically look after the mother when she's giving birth. Unbelievable. Everyone should have one. If I have a baby or when I have a baby, I would probably hire a postnatal doula more than I'll hire a birth doula, because every woman deserves to feel like looked after, cared for, safe after she gives birth. But anyway, that's not what I do. I am here for pregnancy and birth predominantly, and I help women achieve the vaginal physiological birth that they deserve. I currently only really take on home births because I see what the hospital does to women, and I help them with advice, education, knowledge, and letting them really empower themselves to advocate for themselves, to make decisions for themselves. Basically, I help them just reclaim their power. I also have a placenta pill business where I make pills, tinctures, body creams, and smoothies out of women's placentas. And loads of people ask, is it so you sell placentas? No, I only make placenta pills and other things for that woman with her placenta. So there's no illegal organ trades going on. Like, people go, oh, I don't know how I would feel about eating placenta. I'm like, it's not for you. It's for the woman's own placenta. So we've got to be very careful as well in the placenta pill world, that we're not saying we do this in a lab and we make this. We don't, because you've got to be very careful when it comes to environmental health and whether we are a food business. We are not a food business. We are a service where we turn the placenta into pills. That is all. That's it for that woman. No one else. We don't sell the placentas on, even though I think on the black market you probably sell a placenta for about 50 grand. But yeah, I make placenta pills. I also have an unbelievable organic skincare range where I've got magnesium body butters, I've got an amazing healing balm, I make lip balms, and I have a range of chemical free. I've got roll on fragrances and I've got spray fragrances. It's like a room spray slash pillow spray. And I make an amazing brow and lash growth oil. And I started that business basically because I needed products that really worked, that were very effective, but also were clean and pregnancy safe. As looking into a lot of our daily cosmetic products, wow, no wonder the levels of infertility, hormone imbalances, cancer, because of all the stuff they're putting in our cosmetics. And that's what really drove me to making this line of products. They are amazing. Nothing but amazing reviews. So I think that's everything. Also, I also offer a kind of coaching. It's more like one-to-one sessions. So if a woman maybe doesn't want to have a doula, maybe it's not in her budget or her price range, she can use the one-to-one sessions that I offer for advice on pregnancy nutrition, conception support, healing, dietary advice. And I also offer birth planning sessions as well. And the birth planning sessions are basically for a woman to go over all of her options during her birth to make sure she's informed. And I make the birth plan for her. So whether you're trying to get pregnant, you're already pregnant, or you're preparing for birth, I offer those one-to-one sessions that are especially for you to basically pick apart maybe what your fears are, what your hopes are, what your goals are. I know that a lot of women, especially in the NHS, are not getting the time and care that they need to help prepare them for birth, because unfortunately the midwives are so understaffed and overworked. You're getting 10 minutes with your midwife, you can't ask proper questions. So that's kind of, I'm there to help fill the gap. I never give advice, by the way, or tell women what they should be doing. I give the evidence. And here's a little nugget for you. Only 9 to 12% of hospital policy for maternity care in the UK is actually backed by evidence, but they will use scaremongering and the dead baby card, as we call it in the birth world, to coerce women into doing things they don't really want to do. So my advice sessions are really a lifeline for women to kind of pick apart what they've been told. I can present them with facts and evidence, and they feel a lot better because they're like, oh, that big, massive risk that they told me about is actually not that big of a risk. And when you've got that information, literally, knowledge is fucking power. Like, you can empower yourself. So that is what those one-to-one sessions are. And the birth planning sessions are kind of the same. Practical, no bullshit guidance on your rights, understanding the system, and creating a plan that really works for you. And also, it's not only about creating a plan A, it's creating a plan B and C. So if things maybe don't go exactly to plan, you already know kind of which direction you want to go in. And so can your birth partner and your team, and you can be more empowered in your decisions. I've also written an ebook, Birth Without the Bullshit, which is all about how to have an empowered natural birth despite the system. And this book basically tells you why the system is the way it is, how it makes money off of you, and how you can try and avoid being another stat in that system. And I think once you understand why the system works the way it works, which is money, you will be able to disengage from it and be less emotionally bullied by it, basically. I'm also currently building an unbelievable birth education course, which is not only going to teach women about how to have an empowered natural vaginal birth, but it's also going to help them again understand how the system works, how to enhance the birth, and how to navigate this birthing system like an absolute pro. So that is what I do. At the core of it, I do believe in wellness, health, and being the boss of your own life. I will never sugarcoat things or be overly polite. I'm literally here to wake people up to the power that they already have. Like, I don't empower you, I help you to empower yourself. And I've literally been in a place where my body and mind has felt like it's been betraying me. And through natural means, I've managed to get it back. And I know that you can as well. So yeah, that's everything. I am going to talk a little bit about probably animals as well in this podcast. I am obviously a full-time mum to Boo. And I believe that we can not only heal ourselves, we can heal our animals as well, empower ourselves to basically not listen to the veterinary industry, which again is probably well more money motivated. We can literally see it coming out of our pockets for them absolutely raping us because of our beloved pets. So we're going to talk a lot about that. We're going to talk about controversial issues. I'm trying to think what else I want you to know. I just wanted to let you know as well. So, guys, I think that is everything. If you do want to work with me, I'm going to let you know. If you want to work with me, if you want me as your doula, I offer free 30-minute chats online where you can book those, see if we vibe, because a lot of people don't actually realize this, that when we do calls, like the initial first meeting call as a doula, I'm interviewing women just as much as they're interviewing me. If something doesn't align, like, I would never ever take your money, because giving birth is the most sacred, unbelievable rite of passion. If the vibe is not there, I will not be doing it. So I always make sure that with my clients, we are kind of on the same page. So you can book a free 30-minute chat. It's all on the website. If you want to book your placenta pills, please give me a little message. I will send you the form. I actually cover placenta pills for the whole of the UK. I think so. England, Wales, and Scotland is absolutely fine. Unfortunately, I don't cover Ireland, but I do overnight courier services. So if you are anywhere outside of the Northwest and outside of Liverpool, you can absolutely have your placenta pill by me. Not a problem. Just get in touch. My organic skincare is available on my website. And you know what? As a little treat, I'm going to give you all 20% off. Just use the code podcast, all in capital letters, at checkout to get your goodies. I'm going to include everything I talk about, probably in every episode, in the show notes. So if there is something that you have heard, probably maybe get a pen and paper on some episodes, because some are going to be banging. But everything's going to be included in the show notes, links to everything, products, recommendations, everything. So I will leave the link there. Guys, as it's the first episode, like, I'll be 100% honest with you, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. I don't. I'm recording this in my house. I'm editing it myself. So bear with me. If you've got any topic suggestions, literally reach out and tell me, because although my brain is ticking over with so many ideas, like anyone neurodivergent will know, the brain is like beep, 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 beep. But if you've got a topic idea, or if you've got a guest suggestion where you're thinking, wow, she needs to speak to this person, message me, let me know. I am so open to it. Even if it's something obscure, because another thing about this podcast, it's not going to be all about birth. I know I'm a doula, but this is going to be about the whole wellness, sovereignty, free living world. I am not animals. We're going to be talking about animals, health, everything. Even if you want to talk about, I don't know, someone who's amazing at money, giving good advice for things, just basically improving people's lives and helping them reclaim their power. I am fucking down for it. So yeah, as I was saying, all recommendations for products, for links to anything you need is going to be in the show notes. I will never, ever, ever recommend anything that I wouldn't personally use or do. So don't think like, oh, she's just recommending this, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'll be 100% honest with you. The Amazon store that with all my recommendations in, I am an affiliate. I will make like 2p per purchase off it. The red light therapy panel, I do make like a tiny, like a fiver off it or whatever. Or I literally use these products. My clients use these products. I sit in front of my red light every single day. I'll never recommend anything. So while I do make money off these recommendations, they are literally tried and tested. I'll never recommend anything. This is why, like, I'm probably not as rich as I should be because I just can't recommend things that I would never ever use and I could never sell me soul. Maybe down the line, let's see how much money I'm going to make off things. But yeah, I'll only ever recommend things that I believe are worthy. So if you are wanting to have a little look and you are not already following me, I am at the Liverpool Doula _. My website is theliverpooldoula.co.uk. All the links to everything are in the show notes. And guys, I just want to say I love you. Thank you so much for being here from the very fucking start. Let's see where this goes. And trust me, it's going to be fucking wild. Can't wait to see you every time for the rides. Like, I can't describe how grateful I am that you've tuned in. It's just going to be so good. And if you can post that you've listened to this episode on your story, on your face, I was going to say, I have got a Facebook, I just don't really use it. But if you can post on your Instagram, on your TikTok, on your Facebook that you've listened to me, let me know what your favorite bit was. But yeah, if you can just share the page. Oh, also, the actual page for the Instagram for the podcast is at abby.againstthegrain on Instagram. Tag me, the Liverpool Doula, and tag that one as well. That would be amazing. And just let people know, share the episodes. There are going to be some fucking juicy, helpful things that are coming. And if you can just share and like and comment as much as possible, I will be forever grateful. Love you. And I'll see you at the next one.